What's going on, guys? So in today's video, we are finally going to be fixing the infamous fuel leak in the Mk6 Gti. As many of you may know, the car has been smelling like fuel like crazy lately, inside the cabin, outside the cabin, just about everywhere. And I never knew why, because I never saw any fuel leak or anything under the car when driving it or anything like that after it was parked, nothing. After months of waiting and trying to figure out where this fuel leak is coming from, leaving no stains, nothing anywhere because it evaporates right away, we have finally found where it's coming from. It's coming from the front, and here in a second you're gonna see a clip of my first reaction of actually finding the fuel leak myself. Other than that, this video is also going to include replacing the water pump, replacing the intake manifold, and replacing the injectors. You'll see in a second why the fuel was leaking, but it was from the injector area. One of the little blue O-rings is what was like ripped, and it was just pouring fuel. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. This is after the car's already fixed and everything. I just want to give a quick shout out to ECSTuning and also a shout out to IE, otherwise known as Integrated Engineering. ECS hooked me up with the injectors and the water pump, and Integrated Engineering hooked me up with their brand new intake manifold. Next video, we're gonna go ahead and tune the GTI, and I'm gonna show you guys how to tune from home. You don't need to take it somewhere to get it tuned. You can use Integrated Engineering software right at home, right in your garage, right in the street. So in the next video, I will be showing you guys how to tune your car through IE. It's super simple, super easy. So stay tuned for that video. Don't worry, I haven't forgot here about the 370Z. Stuff is still gonna be happening to it, but this season, the main focus is gonna be on the GTI. The next video about the 370Z, that video should be coming out very, very soon. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into the video. So the next thing I'm gonna go ahead and do, I just went to Walmart and picked up some starting fluid. Let me flip the camera really quick. We assume that the area that's like leaking or whatever is like right over in this area. So the plan is we're gonna take the starting fluid. My buddy told me to go ahead and spray the starting fluid in the area that we believe is leaking. So once the car is started, I'm pretty much just gonna spray some starter fluid all in this area. And he said if it revs up, then it means that there is a leak over here. That would determine that it is injector related. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the car and see what happens. I am gonna film this in case the car catches fire, because at least we'll get a video out of it. Oh my. All right, guys, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. The last clip you saw, I believe, was the gasoline pouring out of the bottom of this car. My guess, at least my guess and my buddy's guesses, were that one of the injector seals might be like broken, and so it's leaking from there, which is weird because like I would assume that you could see something leaking like up here or like something wet down in there. You don't, like you really don't. I had another buddy tell me to check the high pressure fuel pump. It also appeared to be like completely dry. I honestly have no idea where it's coming from. So right now we're taking off the entire intake manifold. We have some bolts out now. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if you guys are like me and stupid and don't know anything about like mechanical work, this is very hard. I'm genuinely confused. Like, I don't understand why I need to take like this stuff like completely off. I don't know why there's 50 million bolts underneath. It's literally a mess, but that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. ECSTuning is sending me out a injector replacement kit. They're not OEM, they're Bremen, which my last Golf R bumper did not fit, and it was Bremen, so there's a chance that this is gonna be a disaster, but let's hope not. But I'll be honest, I am not gonna give you guys a step-by-step on how to take apart this intake manifold and take it off and everything, because I'm watching YouTube like as I'm doing it. If YouTube can't tell me how to do it, it's not getting done. I'm like probably 30 minutes into it, and I have all of these out, and this thing is still completely in there. Like, it is not loose at all. So I'm gonna keep watching YouTube, seeing what's next, and I'll see you guys in the next clip.
Thing is, you got to get all those out.
Oh, there we go. All right, guys, after like 12 hours, not really, probably about 4 hours, we finally got the intake manifold off. The bracket that attaches to that is the biggest pain. So if you're struggling, just know there's like a rubber piece down here. I'll get down there in a second and I'll show you where. But there's a rubber piece that no one tells you to take off, and it gave you more room. But injectors are here. I think this one was pretty bad if I remember right. One of them had the O-ring completely like chewed off, so I'm assuming that's why we were leaking. And it was this one right here. So as you can see, it doesn't have the little ring around it. It was in pieces, like it had the blue one, but it was in pieces. Next step is to put in the new injectors the ECS sent me out, and then throw in the brand new Integrated Engineering intake manifold, and the car will be ready to get back onto the road. All right, guys, so the GTI is still in the garage. I've been driving the Z, and let me tell you, that is fitment. You probably can't see anything right now, but I did notice that I was low on coolant, and my dad thought that he saw the water pump was a little wet, so I'm gonna go ahead and replace the water pump as well. As of right now, we're still waiting on the injectors for the GTI, and I'm also waiting on the new intake manifold from Integrated Engineering. And honestly, I might go ahead and contact ECS and see if they want to also supply a water pump for me. If not, it's no big deal. I can afford a water pump, but you know, at the end of the day, if I can help them out and they can help me out, that's great. Anyway, here's where she sits now until she is ready. I'm hoping to get the injectors tomorrow, and then we'll be ready. All right, the package from ECS just came in the mail. Let's go ahead, open this up, and get it back on the road. Shout out to my guys over at ECSTuning. They sent me out the water pump, and they're sending me out the new injectors. Actually, I already have both. I just got the water pump out of the car, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw in the new aluminum, I believe, water pump from ECS. And then after that's done, I need to go ahead and put in the new injectors and put in the brand new Integrated Engineering intake manifold, and we will be set, and hopefully the car's back on the road. Currently, it is literally like 20 degrees outside, and this garage is not heated, so I'm freezing right now. And these clips are so far apart, so I'm hoping that the video is going like smoothly and it's not like random clips. I have no idea. The car's been down since December 2nd, and tomorrow is Christmas Eve, so it's like the 24th. It's been a while, so this car has been down for a while. We're hopefully getting it back on the road here soon. I'm hoping to have it on the road by January 1st. That's the hope. I don't know if it will be. I'm still waiting on the Integrated Engineering intake manifold, but I did get the installation kit and the hoodie they sent me out. But anyway, let's see where we're at, and I'll see you guys in the next clip. All right, so the water pump is in. I'm just putting in the bolts now. After that's done, we'll go ahead and start on the injectors. All right, guys, the Integrated Engineering intake manifold is pretty much completely put together. You just have to go ahead and put the injectors in, and we should be able to throw the manifold back on. All 4 injectors are in. I'm gonna go ahead and probably start plugging things in, then throw the fuel rail on, and then finally throw the intake manifold on. Okay, go for it. All right, guys, as you can see, the car is not starting. I'm not sure why, but the car is like just cranking. It sounds like it wants to start, but it's not starting. And as you saw a second ago, we do have a leak. And I'm recording this now after the fact. That's why I have a haircut and everything. But pretty much there's 2 little notches on both little parts of the water pump that you have to slide the pipes over, and it'll really lock in place. And that's what we did. And we changed out the little rings in those tubes, and we were golden. Unfortunately, the car still did not start after that. We have no idea why. We didn't know what was going on. And it turns out that it was a very simple fix. And it was almost like the people that have trouble with their phones, you say, you know, turn your phone off and on. Literally, it was spark plugs. So I ended up paying my buddy to come out here because he was gonna fix the coolant leak for me and he was gonna go ahead and get the car running. And it's been so long. And at this point, I was tired of the car just sitting. It couldn't stay in this garage any longer. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna pay my buddy. He's gonna come out for cheap, fix the car, get it back on the road. That's exactly what happened. He came up here maybe like 10 minutes into it, checked the plugs. Plugs were black, completely shot. So we changed plugs out, car started up right away. So here's a clip of the car finally starting for the first time in like almost a whole month at this point. So after all of that time, after almost a month of the car sitting, I finally got it back on the road. I just want to give a huge thank you to my dad, to Chobi, to my boy Ryan, to my Uncle Brian. They all helped me get the car back on the road, and I'm forever grateful for them, because if not, it'd probably still be sitting here. The car is shooting flames now. So stay tuned for that video, but I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Big shout out to Integrated Engineering for sending me out the intake manifold, and huge shout out to ECS for sending me the water pump and the injectors. I'll show more clips in the next video, but here is a sneak peek of what the GTI sounds like. Make sure to follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. That's gonna get all the first sneak peeks and stuff like that. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.